Have you guys ever failed at anything? I'm here to tell you today that failure is life's best teacher. So many times people go in, just life in general, that if you fail, it's a bad thing. That, people may even make fun of people and call them a failure. Failure is the best life teacher that you could ever have. And the reason why I say that, because I embrace failure. And the reason that I embrace failure, because there are so many lessons to be learned from failure. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to learn how to overcome failure and learn from failure, and why I say that failure is the best teacher, you need to tune in, because some of you right now have business ideas. There are things you planning to do this year that haven't come to pass. There are things that you want to do for next year that you want to come to pass, but you seem to can't get over the barriers because you feel like you failed. But I'm here to tell you that we've all failed at something. It doesn't make you a loser because you didn't accomplish a goal, or you did not do this or do that. And you only lose if you throw in the towel and say you quit. That's when you have lost, and that's when you have failed. There are so many entrepreneurs that are probably referred to as risk takers. Why are entrepreneurs risk takers? Because they made a conscious decision to take charge of their own career, find their own financial freedom, and they had the grit to do what to do what it needs to be done to get there. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor, statistics, 50% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years. 96% are no longer in business after 10 years. Now that's scary. Now these figures are enough to strike fear into anyone inspiring to be an entrepreneur. But I'm telling you what, these are statistics. For me, when I hear these are statistics for people who didn't have a backup plan and they didn't learn anything about failure. Failure, like I said before, failure is life's best teacher. Lesson number one: when you are confronted with the prospect of failure, you got three choices. You can either fight, you can either flight, or you can freeze. And what I mean, you can fight and say, I'm not going down, I'm gonna make this happen. Flight, you could take off running and just say, I can't do this. Or you can freeze and not do anything, and then just everything start crumbling around you. Instead of running from failure, run to failure. And welcome it. Welcome the failure into your life. If you come to a position in life where something's not working out, that's the time for the brain to start turning, those wheels to get to turning, and those juices start activating, because Henry Ford said one good thing. Henry Ford made a quote. He said, the only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing from. Because failure signifies a flaw in performance or execution, we go back and we review what we did wrong. And that's just so true, because it signifies something didn't go right. And we need to go back and find out what happened as to why this did not happen the way I thought it should have happened, in my mind, how I believe that it should have happened. Why is it the best teacher? It helps you identify potential weaknesses so you can work it out. Failure is a teacher who will not quit on you, because no matter what you do in life, it's going to come. That you're not going to always succeed in everything you do, but you can always learn as to why you didn't succeed. And if you still want to go down that avenue and try to make it happen, or you want to make it evolve and get better at what you do, you have to look at failure as to what happened, why I didn't get there, what I need to change, what I need to do to achieve my goal. And let's keep this thing running. Let's keep this train on the track. Let's keep this thing going. I want this business to take off. I want my podcast to take off. I want everything to flow. I want my crafting channel to flow. I have to learn as to what worked, what didn't work. Let me look at other things. Let me look at uh, other channels. Let me look at other things as to what's working for them. Let me see if I can incorporate. Maybe I can learn something from that. Lesson number 2. Now, failure helps you reach your best potential. Now, you will not succeed unless you test yourselves against the best. Now, when I look at track and field, I look at Olympics. Now, I was a sprinter. I was a power lifter in school, power lifter in the military. In high school, I was a sprinter. And even up to this day, I still got records that are still in high school right now that nobody has broken. And I remember competing, started running track when I was in the 8th grade. And I ran against some fast opponents, but I got faster and faster every year because I took the time to train, build my body, build muscle. I had to learn to control my breathing. I had to pace myself. I had to learn when to press the throttle. I had to learn when to make my moves in the curves and things like that. And I took a loss. And there are many times when I got beat. There are many times when I came in 4th or 5th. I had to do some soul searching. I had to say, I need to get faster. What did I do in that race that I should not do in the next race? And I trained harder. I learned to control my breathing. I learned to pace myself. But the thing is, when I ran with faster opponents, I became faster as well and not even realize I was keeping up with those guys and they were a lot faster. And I did not realize how fast I was until I came against someone who was a lot slower than I was. Now, people who are afraid of failure tend to operate within their comfort zone. If I wanted to stay in my comfort zone, I wouldn't have grown. I wouldn't have gotten faster. If you want to grow, if you want to be, let's just say this. If you want to grow, you have to be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's the thing is with everything that's worth challenging and anything that is worth going after, we have to learn to grow and we have to learn with being uncomfortable with things that are uncomfortable because that's your pressure point. That is your point that's going to catapult you over to the next level. That's what's going to take you to the next level because that's where you grow and that's where you learn so many things about business, about life, about marriage, about children, anything you're dealing with, because we are pushed to a point where we get pushed into those uncomfortable places, but that is where the knowledge, I would say that's where the gold nugget is. And when we talk about failure improves your focus. Michael Jordan said that he missed more than 9,000 shots and lost almost 300 games. 26 times he'd been trusted to take the final shot and he missed. That is why he succeeded and that's why he is so successful. The phrase failure is not an option was made by former NASA flight director Gene Kranz because people who are not afraid to fail shine their brightest when the stakes are high. They're willing to take a chance because they have full confidence in their ability to get the job done. What is worse than failure? Think about it. What is worse than failure? Not taking the risk, becoming a dreamer forever. That's the whole issue with failure is that you're going to have to take a risk first. You're going to have a vision. You're going to have to get it all together. Get out there on faith, make it happen. Because one, for you to step out there on faith, that tells you right there you believe in what you believe in the vision that you have because you stepped out on faith to do it. Now, if you don't succeed, go back, don't throw in the towel, take it from Uncle T. I've had many failures in my life. Trust me, I have went back, looked at what I needed to do. Sometimes I've had to read books. I had to go to Books A Million. I went to what's the other bookstore? Gosh, it slips my mind now, but I have just hundreds of books that I have read to get more knowledge, get more information, and overcome failure and learn from things. And I think that's why I believe now that's why I'm successful and I've done a lot of things in my life. And that's why I've achieved a lot of things in my life is because I've overcome failure. When an obstacle sticks its ugly head up, I'm going to chop it off. I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to keep on pressing toward the mark. And that's what we need to learn to do in anything we do in life is that failure is your friend. Failure is not your enemy. Learn that. If you learn that failure is my friend and failure is not my enemy, you're going to go a long way because people who are successful, CEOs, people who own their own companies, you don't think that they went through failure? You don't think that they went through things in life? You don't think that they have had trials and tribulations in their businesses and till they got to that point of success? You are going to have to press for the high ground and press for the goal. And I'm telling you, do not be afraid of failure. Run towards failure. And if there's anything that I said that may have sparked something in you, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment in the section below. And also, please join my channel. I appreciate all your support. And as always, my wife Joy, Joyful Designs. And no, I did not tell her to go to Hobby Lobby and buy all that stuff. We're going to have a yard sale and we're going to clean out the shed and we're going to clean out all this stuff. And we're going to have a big yard sale, and all those crafters out there who is on Joyful Designs, I'll let you guys know when we're going to have that yard sale. But in the meantime, you guys, y'all be safe. Take care. Have a great night.